Alright, hello everyone. I'm here to bring you a very important video on Audius. I want to run through some technical analysis. I want to explain what this thing is, and I also want to give a big shout out to one of our Discord members. It's the King. Shout out to you. You're awesome. This person brought me Audius and was talking about Audius all throughout these ranges back when we were around $1. So our Discord members are absolutely amazing. You guys post tons of great news stories, ask tons of great questions. We really hope we can provide you even better value moving forward, both in the Discord and in these YouTube videos. So folks, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads if you want to find out what's happening with Audius next. So folks, Audius, for those who don't know, is a music streaming platform. They're essentially trying to be Spotify on the blockchain. They have been exploding as of late. They have a market cap of $650 million. They were backed by Coinbase. They were backed by Binance. They're listed on Binance. So folks, I have a sneaking suspicion that it is just a matter of time before this thing gets listed on Coinbase, because Coinbase and Binance were both backing this project. They were both investors in this project. So could we one day see Audius on Coinbase? I think so, folks. I mean, Binance listed them. Coinbase might be a matter of time. So folks, this is a very interesting project. Let's look at their website here for a second before we delve into technicals. And so folks, this is in fact such an interesting project that I actually signed up myself, and the music that we're listening to right now, that's not music YouTube, that's just an optical illusion, but that noise that you may or may not be hearing is actually from Audius themselves. I've signed up to the app, I use it. There's this MF Doom remix that may or may not be what we're listening to. I don't want to get copyright strike. But point being, folks, this is awesome. Any project that onboards the normies and the noobs that aren't crypto people and bring them into crypto without even knowing that they're in crypto is great, and is, a project worth looking into, in my opinion, that because any project that can bring in that mass adoption is bound to do well over the future. Now, I did not go too heavy into this thing, and in fact, I sold all my tokens early to move into other stuff, and now I obviously regret that, because I was looking at this thing back when it was a $1, just over $1, due to one of our Discord members, and this has done like about a 4x ever since then. So but the reason why I was kind of dubious with Audius is because, Spotify on the blockchain, okay, that's great. But I want to understand the token model. I want to understand the tokenomics. And so we're taking a look at their white paper right now. And so some of the main functions of the audio token is security, feature access, and governance. So that feature access means that at some point, I think holding the token, you'll gain access to some perks, to artists and stuff like that, although they haven't really rolled out that functionality, those perks more. So I like this idea of the project. If they had some really compelling tokenomics, if they had a really clear use case for the token, I would have aped in much sooner, much harder, because I'm on their app here where you listen to music, and nowhere is there the ability to use their token on their app. Now maybe they're going to introduce that at some point in the future, but what's the point of their token if there's if you can't use it on the app? Now look, I do understand it's used for governance, it's used for security, so it does have some purpose, it does have some utility. But if it had that added piece of utility where it was really useful for buying a new album from one of your favorite artists, or getting some special perks, that would just be a cherry on top that would really cause me to look at this thing much stronger. Even with the pump we've had recently, this could still potentially be undervalued. I'd be very curious to look up what the market cap for Spotify is. I'd want to compare the two and see how they match up. But anyways, I think they're looking to bring more functionality and more of those features and more of those perks with the token at some point in the near future. I've been looking up what the timeline is. They're kind of not clear on their timeline for that. But as soon as, if this project were to bring in added utility by making it very clear how you can use the token within the app and how you can get those extra features, that would just be an extra cherry on top. And as well, I think they're going into NFTs. I don't know where I heard that. I'm gonna look into that some more. Just take that as that's not confirmed, but I have heard that they're moving into NFTs. Like, it would be very obvious for them to do so. And look, they have some major artists, like they have deadmau5 on here. and these people as well. So folks, let's take a look here at the technicals real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard to do technical analysis on a straight line up. Now I busted out the Fibonacci extension from like the very macro low point to this point here in the bottom of the tracement, and I believe this is relevant. I mean, we're kind of reacting off our different fib levels here, so I do believe this is relevant just based off our fib levels here. As soon as we can get above and hold above $4.60, could we see a $6.60 audio, you know, kind of a $2 jump? I think something like that is possible. Now, concerningly, we're starting to see these long wicks to the upside. So whenever we see these long wicks to the upside, I could really signal a trend reversal, folks. Now, I would be very wary about getting in now. I mean, look, this is a straight line up. Like, sure, it could keep going up 100%. It may very well. But it is concerning the fact that we're this overextended and we're starting to get long wicks to the upside. The way I like to think about wicks is the longer the wick, the more price doesn't want to go that way. Whenever you see a wick, it's telling you price does not want to go that way, at least now. So the fact that we're getting these long wicks to the upside are concerning me. Let's go to the 1 hour. See, yeah, we're seeing a lot of long wicks to the upside, long wick to the upside, long wicks to the upside. I'm trying to see when was the last time we had like these degree of long wicks, and we haven't seen those kinds of wicks in a while. So this is definitely new. Seeing two back-to-back hourly candle wicks of this length, I'm not seeing, like, it's been a while since we've seen wicks of that length back to back, like that 2 hourly candles. I don't think we've ever seen it. So this is definitely something brand new. Long wicks to the upside, right up against a fib level here, acting as resistance, and we've had a massive run up. I think this could definitely see a pullback. I think something like that is 100% warranted. So let's take a look at our indicators, although I wonder how useful it is because it's just going to tell us we're overextended, and that's obvious. So let's take a look here at the daily. Daily is extremely overbought, which should be obvious. We've been exploding parabolically. Let's take a look at the 12. Yeah, everything's just overbought, folks. Super overbought. Let's take a look at the 3, overbought. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour bearish. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, everything's bearish, trying to get lower lows, lower highs. Ooh, yeah, look at this. Things are starting to look bearish, folks. So I'm thinking a pullback here is 100% warranted. So let's say you were a long-term investor and didn't care too much about the short term because you think over the long term this could possibly do well, and you're looking for a good entry. Well, right off the bat, I think where I would start to dollar cost average my way into this thing as a long-term investor, not, when you're a long-term investor, the short term doesn't matter. I would be looking at 350 to about 335. Nice price reactive level. We could see this wick got rejected, just under 350 here, and then we have a fib level right below us at kind of $3.33. Yeah, 34 cents, right about here. So this is probably where I would be looking to dollar cost average, begin dollar cost averaging my way into this project. Now, I'm going to remove this, and I want to bust out the Fibonacci retracement, because whenever we have an impulse like this, we could have a significant pullback here. So I want to see where the 618 lines up. Okay, interesting. So in terms of like the ideal buying target for myself, now we can place this Fibonacci, the bottom of this Fibonacci retracement, a few different places. But let's just look at this for now. I think right here it would be like the ideal place to get in, at least technical when it comes to technical analysis. So from about, I say $2.90, maybe $3 increase at nice psychological level. We are getting, it was a price reactive level, $3. We were finding that support at $3. So from $3 to about $2.70, I think would be like the ideal buy-in place, just because of the 618, the Fibonacci level 618 right there. It's known as the golden pocket. It's typically where things like to retrace to, where things like to fall back down to after a massive run-up. So I think probably in terms of calling support and resistance, I think maybe looking at our Fibonacci retracement might be a bit better in terms of calling pullback targets, and the Fibonacci extension is probably a bit better when calling bullish price targets. So if we start to break down from $4.12, $4.10 here, yeah, see how the 236 is right here. We've actually been reacting pretty closely off it. Then I think a further leg down to about 360 is probably warranted. So within this zone, I know this is a wide zone, and I don't typically like to draw these super wide zones because it's not that helpful. But this is honestly, these two price targets here are where I would be looking dollar cost averaging my way into this thing. Honestly, I could probably redraw this a bit differently and call 3 different levels that I would be looking to dollar cost average my way into audio as a long-term investor if I was so inclined. First being from the kind of $3.60 to about $3.40, then being the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement from about $3.20 to about $3.15, and then aside from that, I'd say $2.90 to about $2.70 where the 618 golden pocket. Honestly, anywhere within the golden pocket we could fall back down to and find support, and would probably be a good buying target. So if we start to fall below $4.12 and $4 and that psychological level, then I think a further leg down is probably well warranted. And given that we're seeing these long wicks to the upside and we've had such crazy parabolic growth, I think at some point here a little bit of a pullback is warranted. Although of course we could continue rising, but I think that key level to look out for is at $4.10. We can see we're constantly finding support. If we start to break below that and the 236 is right there, I think more of a pullback is perhaps warranted. So folks, those are my thoughts on Audius. Shout out to It's the King for bringing this to my attention and to our Discord members. I'm sure a lot of us got in at around $1. So folks, join our Discord. Link for that down in the description below. As well, if you want to support us and if you want access to low cap gems before anyone else sees them, before we talk about it on the YouTube channel, join our VIP Discord. You get access through our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Until next time, take care.